Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gaming with Blockchain. I'm your host, Aminu, and let's take a look at what we have on screen here today. So, we are looking at the launch of the Women's World Cup 2023, hosting country New Zealand and Australia. And I'm sure my friend will be very, very happy with that. But what does it all mean? How does it all affect the dynamics of moving forward when we talk about women's initiatives? And this is what we're part of. And I do apologize for my voice. It's been quite raspy for some time, and I'm just dealing with it like anything else, right? So it's important that we look at and acknowledge that Upland has brought forth the Women's World Cup, bringing the importance of representation and trying to make sure the space is open to as many people as possible. Now, I know there's been a lot of other projects out there, but when we look at projects that signify something quite important, we're also looking at ways that they can capture as many participants as possible. You know, the friction of entry, the friction of cost, the community, the association, and not many projects can do that, regardless of what their intent may be. Is how well can they integrate and bring forth moving forward as well. What is the future landscape that they can promise and bring about? And I think with Upland taking on these initiatives right now, has the basically takes a foot above or a step ahead from their competitors. And after all, this is about representing the globe, and this is what we have. If you're looking at nations' flags and the world as a unique space, we have to bring that all in place. And I know I'm here some questionable flaws here and there. Granted, I see it, I know it. There are some questionable approaches, but for the moment, we have to take each step at a stride. We have to kind of push the envelope and showcase what's moving forward here. So what we have at this point is that we also have shops that will be supporting this project, and you can see all the shops here. I'll leave the show notes, the websites in the show notes, and you'll be able to link in, and you can see all the shops that are going to participate in the next 4 weeks in this program. And the secondary market has already started, so you can imagine what's going on there. Secondly, this is the newsletter. You could take a look and scroll back here. The details of what the World Women's World Cup will entail, the breakdown on how everything will be released, the type of items. Since this will be sold every week. This is the breakdown of the quantities. It'll be you can purchase with UpX and with fiat currency, which is a good thing. So you have the internal economy that's happening uh, in in the game, and then if you don't have enough UpX, you can always inject fiat dollars and purchase through that option as well. And then you have the breakdown of what the passes are. You have the what the chances of the odds are in terms of what you can receive, the dates of which these next releases will be. So of course, keep your money in place as much as you can, save up while you can. So now what does it mean? So I'm already signed in here. What was the experience? I have to say it was pretty smooth. It was one of the smoothest I've encountered for a while. The issue I did have is this constantly popping up every single time that you want to move forward. Once this comes up, you're kind of locked out from doing anything else. So you're forced to open up the package. You're forced to deal with it. Now imagine if you have several packages at once, then this is just constantly bombarding. I would have rather, and I hoped I had dealt with this, that the package would have been placed somewhere else. So even if it goes to another location, send this package to another location, or send it down into this bar that we have, this menu that we have in place at the bottom. They're there temporarily. You go back and you reveal it when you're ready. It'll make the experience far more pleasant. So let's take a look and see what I have here. Because again, once this whole animation is done, then I can go through. But if I have a whole series of these, then it becomes a challenge in which to try to bring it and continue on. But it is the process right now, and I hope by next week or the week after, they kind of find another way in which to deal with this prospect. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that has had that challenge. So, if you have, please, let me know. Put those show notes in place. And maybe Upland will look into addressing it. I'm sure it's not something that they anticipated, but like anything, you go through the tested marks and you go, oh yeah, we could have done that. Oh, we should have done this. So it's hindsight's 2020, right? And now that being said, this was, like I said, a very short segment just to bring forth this great important thing that Upland has done. It's part of our initiative. It's part of why we're doing what we do, and hopefully you found it enjoyable. Again, for everybody, we want to bring as many people into the space as possible, so that it represents what it's supposed to do. If it's supposed to represent the world, will represent the world, right? So if you enjoyed it, thank you very much. Leave your comments, continue to share. Like I said, I hope to get on board more often. Just we'll see how things move forward. But nonetheless, subscribe, share, and best of all, stay safe. Take care.